to Beyond the Plate RVA. I'm your host, Rebecca Pierce, and we are here back at the market at 25th on a cold fall day. But I have for you another fantastic guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet Chef Workman.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Are you cold? Because I am.
Yeah, it's a little chilly out.
Wonderful. So what are we cooking today, Chef?
Today we're doing some Cajun pork chops. We're doing a cucumber, tomato, and Vidalia onion salad.
Great.
Rice pilaf, and a raspberry key lime pie.
Ooh, raspberry key lime pie. I am so excited. Are you ready to do some shopping?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, let's do this. We'll see you guys back in the kitchen. Let's roll. $28.30. I'd say that's a good deal, wouldn't you?
Yes.
All right, are you ready to go cook?
Yes.
Let's do this. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here now in the kitchen, and so Chef, I'm super excited about what we're going to be preparing today. So tell us again what's on the menu.
So we're going to do Cajun pork chops today. We're going to do a rice pilaf.
Okay.
We're going to do a tomato, cucumber, and Vidalia onion salad.
And I understand, though, we're starting with dessert.
Yes, and also we got a little key lime pie.
Ooh,
raspberry key lime pie.
Raspberry key lime pie. Okay, so you've pre-prepped some things, and so
Yes.
we're going to do the dessert first. So tell us,
Yes.
how do you make your key lime pie as you are preparing to make your key lime pie?
So usually I start with egg yolks, sweetened condensed milk,
Okay.
and a pre-made pie crust.
Okay, and how many egg yolks do you use? We have like a couple here, so how many do we use?
So it's 6 egg yolks.
Okay, 6 egg yolks. Well, let's get
Yes.
started.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, so what's the difference between condensed milk and evaporated milk? Because I know a lot of people, like when I started cooking, I didn't know the difference between the two.
Right. So the condensed milk is more of a solid milk, and it's got sugar in it. The evaporated milk is more of a liquid.
Okay, and so because this is key lime, you want it to be a little thick.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's start. So what do we have? We have
Awesome.
our...
So we've got our pre-made pie crust. We got our sweetened condensed milk. We got our 6 egg yolks separated. And I've got some key lime juice. It's Nellie and Joe's key lime juice.
Now see, this blows my mind because I would be now cutting up some key limes and squeezing out juice. I didn't know they had key lime juice.
Yes, they do.
You just saved us an extra step. Okay, so how do we put it all together?
So we're going to start with the egg yolks, and I'm going to open the condensed milk.
How many cans of condensed milk do
So
you
it's
use?
2 cans of condensed milk.
So we don't have to add anything to it, no water or anything?
Nothing, no water or anything to it.
Okay. I love to make desserts. Is this your favorite dessert to make?
One of my favorites.
Yeah?
I like making bread puddings, and with fall being here, I usually do a nice pumpkin bread pudding.
Wait, pumpkin bread pudding?
Pumpkin bread pudding.
Oh, my mother's gonna die when she hears that.
It's delicious.
Okay, I'm not a fan of bread pudding, but
No.
it sounds
Yeah.
good.
And I make a nice little whiskey butter sauce to go with it.
Oh, whiskey butter sauce.
This one.
We need to invite you over to dinner. Okay, and so how did you learn how to make this particular dessert?
So I've been cooking for many years, and I worked at a seafood restaurant, and this was one of the things that was on the menu.
Okay,
So,
you had to figure it out.
so it's something that we played around with for a little bit, and so many different ways to make key lime pie and different versions of key lime pie.
Right.
But this right here was something that we came up with that was just phenomenal. So
it's raspberry. So what made you think to that? Because most people, when they hear key lime pie, it's
Yes.
just key lime, like.
So the raspberries is something that we just put on for a garnish with the whipped cream.
Okay.
And the berries add that nice little sweet to the tart of the key lime pie. So it just makes that pie pop.
This sounds good. I cannot wait to eat
Yeah.
this. I'm excited about eating it. So all we did?
So yeah, we just mix the egg yolks and the condensed milk together, and we're going to add the key lime juice to it.
Okay, so again, key lime juice. Like you could buy it already done because I'd be cutting up key limes right now and
you can
squeezing
buy it
the juice out.
already pre-done. Comes in a
Wow.
little small bottle like this.
Wow.
And,
That saves some time,
it does.
definitely.
Yes, it
Okay, so how much we need? A cup, you
So I've
said?
got a cup of it.
Okay.
And I'm only going to put half in at a time.
And why half at a time?
Just so it can mix up good and So lime juice itself, what it does is it starts the cooking process of the eggs.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Okay. And so we just want to make sure we slow
Mix
down the
it up
process.
really good.
Okay.
No.
Oh, that looks. I wish you guys could
Can you
smell
smell
it.
it?
Yes.
It smells just
Can we just eat
phenomenal.
that? Okay, so mixing it up good, and then we're adding the
Put the
rest.
rest of it.
All right. And this is very simple. How long does it take?
It's simple. So we'll take and we'll mix this up. We'll bake it in the oven
For how
for
long?
15 minutes on 350.
Okay.
And then we'll pull it out and let it cool. And then you have to refrigerate it for 3 hours.
Ooh. And why do to set, right? Is that to set?
So it can set, yes.
Okay. So y'all can't eat this right away. You're gonna have to
So
wait.
this is something you can make the day ahead,
Okay.
you know, prior to the meal, or you make this in the morning and then everything else you can do in the afternoon.
Is this a hot item on your menu at the restaurant?
So it's something that I usually do periodically
Okay.
at the restaurant. I like to mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
Like I said, fall's here, so we do a little bread pudding for the fall.
Y'all see my face on the bread pudding, right?
We do a little chocolate pecan pie.
God.
So now we're gonna put it in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so while the pie is baking, what are we gonna do next?
We're gonna do the cucumber, tomato, and Vidalia onion salad.
Okay, all right, let's get started on that. I
Okay.
have to tell you, I've never heard of that kind of salad. Is that a southern thing?
I think it's more of a southern thing. It's something that, so I learned how to make it. We only did it in the summertime, and we did it with fresh Hanover tomatoes
Okay.
and Vidalia onions, because Vidalia onions used to be a thing that it was a seasonal thing.
Oh.
They only came in season in the summertime.
Really?
And so we were big with supporting local
Right.
people. So we got the fresh cucumbers local, we got the Hanover tomatoes,
Local.
all local, yeah.
Okay.
And then we added the Vidalia onions to them, and it was just a really, really big hit.
Okay, well let's see
Okay.
what this looks like. 'Cause
Sure.
I've never made or had a
So
tomato cucumber salad.
We pre-prepped some of the items.
Yes.
So we've got the tomatoes.
Oh, those are
and,
beautiful.
cucumbers and the onions all mixed up in a bowl. So we're going to make our little marinade or our little dressing for it.
Okay.
And
So
we've
what do we
got
have?
some cider vinegar,
Cider vinegar.
and it's like a half a cup of cider vinegar.
And those are both cider vinegar. Half a cup of
Both,
cider
yeah,
vinegar.
half
Not
a cup.
apple cider, just
It is
apple cider, right? Okay,
vinegar,
good.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we've got some fresh garlic. We're going to go with probably a teaspoon of the fresh garlic.
Teaspoon of fresh garlic. So, but can you use the garlic in the jar, or you
Yes.
chop it? Okay.
Yes.
All right, fresh garlic. Okay.
And then we've got some salad oil.
Salad oil. What is
Or,
salad
I'm sorry,
oil?
olive oil.
Olive oil. Okay.
Olive oil.
Olive oil. How
We're
much
gonna
is
go
that?
with 3/4 of a cup of the olive oil.
Not. This isn't EEVO or just regular.
This is extra virgin olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil. Could you
Yep.
use a regular virgin olive oil?
You can use
Whatever you like.
Whatever you like.
Okay.
We've got fresh basil,
Ooh, fresh
and it's
basil. That smells
probably
good.
about 3 tablespoons of fresh basil.
Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could smell what the kitchen smells like. Jesus, that smells good. Okay.
And then I've got a little bit of sugar, and it's going to take away that tartness from the vinegar.
Sugar.
Yes,
In the
ma'am.
salad?
Sugar, and it's in the dressing. So
And how much is
we're going
this?
to go about a tablespoon of sugar.
Tablespoon of sugar.
And
I
just,
don't think I've ever seen that.
Apple cider vinegar has that tart taste
Yes.
to it.
Okay.
And then we're going to do some fresh salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Yay. Ooh, that's a big salt shaker.
Yes, it is.
I love it. And so is this still done just primarily in the summer, this dish right here? Or?
So, I mean, something you can do year round. Here we are in the fall. And usually Hanover tomatoes, you can get them close to the end of fall.
Okay.
So that's why I came up with this recipe for our show today.
Okay, look, this smells so good. Oh my goodness.
So we'll take and we'll mix all that together.
Okay. I'm really fighting trying to like grab a tomato and just eat it right out of the bowl because these tomatoes are beautiful. I'm gonna show
Sure.
you the potato. Look at that.
Awesome.
That's gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And so
And so
now
we're
we're
gonna
just
add the
gonna dump
dressing
it.
right
Okay.
over.
Wow. Oh my
very,
gosh.
a very quick and simple recipe.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
For years in doing the cooking, I've always tried to keep things simple for people.
Yes.
But the taste and the flavors, as you say, you can just smell the aromas coming from this, the fresh basil, the garlic, and with that cider vinegar, it's just going to be phenomenal.
So do you think this is a good way to get kids to eat their vegetables? Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Grab a
Okay.
spoon.
Okay, so we stir it up.
So we're going to mix it up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another thing you can make the day ahead.
Okay.
And let it marinate overnight.
In the refrigerator.
The longer it sits, the more the flavors of the basil and
Okay.
the garlic and all that gets
Mixed
worked in.
together. How many onions did you use in this one?
So I used a half of an onion, half of a large onion.
Half of okay.
Yeah.
Half of a large Vidalia onion.
2 cucumbers and 2 tomatoes.
Okay. Oh
We
gosh.
wanted to do
that
enough
smells
for 4 servings, so
4 servings. I like that.
yeah.
This is fantastic. I cannot wait to try this.
So that's tomato, cucumber, and Vidalia onion salad.
Okay, so now we're preparing the rice pilaf. And I have to tell you, Chef, I've never seen rice pilaf actually made outside the box.
Okay.
Rice pilaf. So what are we doing here? You've already got your oil in there.
Yes.
What are we gonna do next?
So I got the oil in the pan, preheating. So we're gonna saute some onions. So this is a small onion, diced kind of fine.
And what kind of onion is that?
So this is a sweet Vidalia onion as well.
Okay. Oh, you like your Vidalias, don't
I
you?
love my Vidalias.
Does it
I
matter?
think they just, and when you're making a dish like this, it doesn't really matter whether you use a yellow or Vidalia, but usually I like to try to use something that's nice and sweet that will complement what we're making.
Okay. All right. So we put the onions in there.
Yep.
No.
So yeah, we'll let the pan heat up a little bit more.
So you're making it in a pot, not like a frying pan.
I'm gonna make it. Yeah, this is a saucepan.
Saucepan.
So yes,
He
it's a
corrected me.
saucepan, and,
Saucepan.
we're gonna make it here in the saucepan.
Okay. Saucepan.
So we're gonna add the onions to the pan. There we go. Hear that sizzle?
Yes.
That's what we're looking for.
Looking for a sizzle, okay. And how long do we let them, you said till they brown?
So we're not really gonna brown them. We want them to, what we're doing, the process is sweating the onions.
Sweating the onion, okay.
Yeah.
I like
And so
that.
that's making the flavor of the onion gets a little bit more intensified when you cook it like that.
Okay.
And so when you add the rice to it, which we're going to add the rice to the oil.
Okay. How much rice?
So I've got a cup and a half of the converted rice.
Okay, so we talked about this a little bit earlier, but
Yes, we did.
what is
Yeah.
converted rice for?
So the
for
converted rice is something it's a rice that's been parboiled.
Parboiled, okay.
So a lot of the starches have been taken away.
Okay.
So when you make it, it won't stick together.
No sticky rice.
No sticky rice. Some people, when they make sushi and stuff, they use a rice
Right.
that sticks together
Yes.
because the starch is still in it.
Okay.
Like a lot of times when you buy like the basmati rice and things like
Yes,
that,
I like that
you
rice.
put it in a colander and you rinse it to get the starches out.
Okay.
This is already starch free.
Okay.
We can go right
I like
in
that.
here.
So we look for the converted rice. And you're using white rice, you're not using brown
I'm
rice.
using the white converted rice, yeah.
Okay. I like that. I wish you guys could smell this too. Lord have mercy. It already smells good. And so how long do we cook that together?
So we're cooking it. What we do is, this process is we're starting the cooking process for the rice.
Mm-hmm.
So we heat it up and it helps to cook it faster.
Fast. Okay. All right. Ooh, I like that.
So to this, we're gonna add 3 cups of chicken stock.
3 cups of chicken stock. Question on the chicken stock.
Yes,
Unsalted, low sodium, regular.
I use regular.
Regular,
Yeah,
okay.
Yes. And so what I did for my chicken stock is I have chicken bouillon cubes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nor Swiss makes a really nice chicken bouillon.
Bouillon,
And
okay.
so I took the bouillon and added it to the water. And you
Okay.
can buy the stock in the
I was gonna say, yeah, you
or-
didn't buy the stock,
Yes,
you made your
yes, I
own. You
made
used
my
the
own,
bouillon.
yes.
My mother used to use that. I remember growing up,
Yeah.
seeing the bouillon cubes, and I never knew what it was really until I started cooking on my own as an adult. And yeah, you could make chicken stock by using the bouillon cubes. I like
And
that.
it's something that, you can have around
Yes.
most of the time. You don't have to really worry about it. So,
I like that.
so we're
Okay.
gonna go right in here with the
Ooh, sizzling. You guys can't hear it sizzling. Do you know you're on the right track if it sizzles? I like that.
Like I said, I like to cook stuff. Usually something like this, you want to get it going and cook it fast. So to this, we're going to add some salt and pepper.
Okay. Does it matter? This is to taste, salt and pepper to taste?
To taste, yes.
Okay. And do we bring the pot to a boil?
We're going to bring it to a boil, and we're going to let it simmer. And it'll take about 20 minutes to simmer.
20 minutes to simmer, okay. Salt and pepper. And you can use fresh salt or whatever salt.
Ground salt, whatever you have available.
Whatever you have available.
I am big into the fresh salt and pepper.
Okay.
This adds so much more flavor to it.
To your dish, I like that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Gosh, that smells good. And cook for 20 minutes.
We're going to cook it for 20 minutes.
And we should be good to go with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are we going to add, what are these that we're adding?
So we're going to add some green pepper.
Look, I'm just like a kid. What are these?
I've got some orange bell peppers that are diced up.
Okay.
And I've got some peas that we're going to add to it once it finishes the cooking process.
Okay, so while the rice is cooking, Chef, tell me about these pork chops.
Okay. So we've got some nice pork chops. Usually I try to buy them like an inch and a half. And so when they're thick like that, that's our rice back there. So when they're thick like that, they tend to hold a little bit more of the juice.
Okay.
And they cook more evenly when you go to bake them in the oven.
Okay. I love that. So we got these thick, beautiful bone-in pork chops. Okay,
yes,
great. All right, so how do we...
I want to reach back and turn this rice down.
Yes. We don't want to get the fire alarm going in here. That wouldn't look good.
We'll put that on low. Okay.
Okay.
So we got the pork chops at the market, and I've got some Chef Paul's spice, and it's a little Cajun magic.
Little Cajun magic?
Yeah,
I like
Cajun.
That. So you don't make your own?
No, this one right here is something that I've used for years, and it's just got a phenomenal flavor to it.
Oh, wonderful. Chef Paul.
So there's different, and we were shopping today, and they had a certain type at the market at 25th Street. The thing I like about this one is not as much sodium as a lot of them have in them.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, some of the Cajun spices has a lot of sodium in it. These are really, and you'll see once we do our pork chops, just a nice smooth use.
Okay, all right, well let's get to it.
So we're gonna season the pork chops up. And we wanna put them on there generously.
Wow, yeah. Because the meat needs to soak up. I think that's one of the things I always mess up with on making pork chops at home, because in my house, if we're having pork chops, don't hurt me, Chef. Nobody wants them baked, they have to be fried. So this is another way that I could do it. So that generous seasoning.
And we'll pat it down in. So
I like that.
Down on there.
So is there such thing as too much?
With the Cajun spice, I don't think so. Like I said, just put it on a generous amount on there.
Okay, because I would kill that seasoning.
Yeah. So you were asking me, is it too much? You know, how much is too much? Usually, what I have is a pan that I will put some of the Cajun spice in.
Oh.
And then I'll put the product in it and then turn it over and put it in it.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, you just want it really a nice, generous amount to flavor up the meat.
You know, that smells good.
It's almost like a little dry rub, as you can see.
Yes.
It's all blended on.
And it smells good already.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I like that. Okay, so how do we cook it then?
Okay. So today we're gonna pan sear the pork chops.
Pan seared.
Yeah, we got a little bit of olive oil.
Ooh, olive oil, not regular oil, like vegetable oil.
Yeah, because olive oil has it's called a higher smoke point, or it heats to a higher temperature before it starts to burn.
Okay, and I noticed that we also now have our oven fan on. Why do we want to have that on when we're cooking?
So we have the oven fan on for the Cajun cooking, because the Cajun spices, when I do something Cajun, I like to do it at a high temperature. Okay. And so the high temperature tends to create a lot of smoke.
Okay. So. And is the high temperature because it cooks faster, or gets the seasons in faster?
So what we're doing is we want to sear these at a high temperature fast. All the spices that are being used are going to inject right into the meat as we're cooking.
Okay.
And then when we flip it over, it'll inject into the meat. It'll seal the meat, and it'll help the meat stay nice and moist.
Okay. So how long do they cook for on each side?
So what we're going to do right now with these is we want to sear them. And so we're going to cook them for, say, 2 minutes on each side.
And then we're going to
finish them off in the oven.
Okay. Oh man, I've never done that before.
And so while the pork chops are cooking, we're going to check on our rice.
Now, see, earlier he picked that pot up with his hand, and I was like, "Where's the pot holder?" He said he was used to it. I like it.
Our rice is just about there. We're going to let it go a couple more minutes.
Couple more minutes. Okay, Chef. So while that meat is cooking, tell us a little bit about your background with cooking. What brought you to the industry?
So I've been cooking for many years. I started cooking when I was 6 years old, helping my mom in the kitchen.
Wow, okay.
And it was something that I enjoyed. And so I worked at a few different restaurants throughout high school. And my mom said to me, she said, you should go to culinary school and be a chef. And so, you know, when you're in high school, your mom's idea is not chef.
No, I have one of these.
So I was like, oh, this doesn't sound like what I want to do, Mom.
Okay.
And so
Ooh, look at that.
A couple of years after high school, I was working at a place, at a country club, and the guy says, I went through this culinary program, they offered a J. Sargent Reynolds, why don't you do that?
Okay.
And so I did.
Okay, J. Sargent, that's a wonderful school. They got a great
So
program.
the good thing about it was, at that point, I paid for it myself.
Oh, wow.
And so whenever you pay for anything, you try to get the best, the maximum out of what, you know. And so it was a chef's apprenticeship program. And so I worked at different places. I was working at a country club at that point. I worked at the John Marshall Hotel.
Ooh, the John Marshall, yeah, that was a beautiful hotel, yeah.
John Marshall Hotel was the first place I started my apprenticeship at. And then I went to the country club and worked at the country club. And then went down to tobacco companies.
Oh, tobacco, okay,
and,
yes.
did tobacco companies for a year. And then I finished up at the Butlery Limited.
Okay.
Which they used to be out on River Road. It was a big old.
Wow, you have to get some places.
Yeah.
Oh, so what do you love about cooking? Like, what's your style? Like, if you could label what you do, what's your style?
I am one of those guys that I am so well-rounded that I can make soups, I make salads, I make desserts, I make a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So I just enjoy making people happy.
Through food, I love that. That's why we have the shop. People happy through food. So do you cook a lot at home?
So I cook quite a bit at home.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife, she's a great cook as well.
Okay, wonderful.
And so my wife cooks for me on occasion.
Do you guys have competition?
No competition. No.
No.
So right now the pork chops are nice and seared on each side.
I love it.
So we're going to pop them in the oven, let them finish off in the oven.
You're just going to put them directly in the pan, straight into the oven?
Leave it in this pan and go right in the oven.
Wow. Fantastic.
And so we're going to finish them off in the oven, and we're going to probably let them cook in there for about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. If you guys could only smell what this room smells like, 10 minutes.
And so the rice is done.
Ooh.
So
what are we going to add to
we're going
it?
to turn the rice off and remove it from the heat.
Now, this is where a lot of amateur chefs or cooks mess up. Why do you, because I've burnt several pans, why do we want to remove it from the heat?
We remove it from the heat so it won't scorch from the bottom. But right now, in that pan, that rice is still cooking.
Okay.
So the rest of the liquids, there's just a little bit of liquid still in there, so we want all the liquids to cook out. So we're going to let those cook out just by themselves.
Okay.
Okay? Awesome. While the rice is cooking, we're going to do the whipped cream for our key lime pie.
Oh yes, I'm excited about this. Oh, thank you.
Now we're going to do the fresh whipped cream for the key lime pie.
Okay, wait, so we're not like whipping it out of the can? We're gonna...
Not out of the can, we're
Whoa.
just gonna, we got a cup of heavy whipping cream.
Yes.
And we're gonna
Ooh,
just
woo.
cook stiffen it up.
Really?
Because I find that a lot of times when you get it in the can, it's got so much sugar in it.
Okay.
This is the way we can regulate the sweetness of the cream itself. We don't want it too sweet because I don't think that dessert should be sweet.
Wait a minute, hold on, that's blasphemy.
So
Okay, why not?
A dessert should be nice and just smooth, even tasty.
Okay.
Not to the point where the sugar
Takes over.
overpowers the dessert.
The palate. Okay, I got
Yeah.
that. I've never made whipped cream, so I'm excited. Let's do
Okay,
this.
awesome.
I'm excited about it.
So I've got a bowl in the refrigerator chilling.
Why was the bowl in the refrigerator?
So the bowl was in the refrigerator to chill to help the colder the cream,
Oh.
the faster it will set.
Oh, okay. So,
So-
how long was it in there for? do you
So
think?
I'll put it in there. It's been there for about 30 minutes.
Is that what you want? About 30
Yeah,
minutes?
about 30 minutes
Okay.
or so. Just so the bowl itself can see how it's nice and chilled and
Yes.
frosted. And you can use a glass bowl, a stainless steel bowl, or
Okay.
whatever.
Glass or stainless, not Tupperware? Any bowl.
Tupperware too, yeah.
Okay.
So
All right, how
we're
much?
gonna go with about a cup of
Heavy
heavy
cream.
whipping cream.
Heavy whipping cream, okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's cleaning off the counter. He's been trained well.
And we're going to start the
Okay, we're whisking. So we just whisk?
just whisk it until it stiffens up and peaks.
Really?
Yep, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
You mean I've been spending my hard-earned dollars for canned?
And a lot
And
of
I can
times
do it
if you-
myself?
And if you've got the little hand mixer, it'll
I do.
just go so much faster for you.
I have
we have
learned
time,
something
so.
today. Oh my goodness. So for busy moms or busy families,
Mm-hmm.
if they just happen to have some heavy cream at the house and don't have time to run to the store, they can just put it in
Just put it in a bowl.
a
and
chilled
whip it
bowl
up.
and beat it up. Oh man, that is amazing. And it's literally doing that too. So if this becomes whipped cream, what happens if you whip whipped cream?
So you can whip the whipped cream, and what we're doing is trying to get nice stiff peaks out of this.
Mm-hmm.
If you whip it too long, then the solids separate from the cream, and the cream turns into butter.
Butter?
Butter, yes.
Whipped cream becomes butter?
Whipped cream becomes butter.
I'll never look at butter the same again. Okay, I like that. That's a great tip. And that's a good science experiment.
It is. So we're done with the whipped cream. We're going to sit it in the fridge,
Okay.
and then we're going to pull the rice and finish the rice off.
All right,
Okay.
fantastic. I am eating happy today, people. You guys are jealous of me.
So now we're going to finish off the rice pilaf.
This looks beautiful, Chef.
Yeah, it came out nice, and
Yeah.
as you can see, it's nice and separated. It's not
Yeah.
sticking together or anything. So we're going to add the fresh peas,
How much of that?
or the fresh frozen peas. So I've got a cup of the
About a cup
fresh
of
frozen
peas.
peas.
Okay.
And then I've got about 3/4 of a cup of the diced orange pepper we picked up from the market.
Yes, yes, beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at that
And,
color.
what this is going to do is just give the rice a nice color and some nice flavor. And I add it to it raw, the way it is, because the rice is still hot. So it's going to cook the peppers and the peas.
Oh wow, I was gonna ask you. You
yeah.
beat me to it. Oh, that's
It's going to cook the
wow.
peppers and the peas, and they're still going to be nice and al dente.
Nice.
That's what you want.
Nice crunch.
Yeah.
See, I never would have thought of that because again, I mean, we're here to teach lessons, but as a home cook, I would have been like, let me saute up the pepper.
Peppers, yeah.
But just
yeah.
put it in the rice.
So just put them. I'll just put it in the rice just the way
I
it
love
is.
that.
And then we're
Oh
going
my
to put it
gosh.
back and put the lid on it just to keep it nice
And let
and
it-
warm.
Okay. Oh wow.
And
Ooh,
so we didn't really talk about the pilaf itself.
yes.
The pilaf is rice cooked in a stock.
That's all it means.
That's what pilaf means, yes.
I've learned
So
yet
it's
another
a-
lesson
It's
today.
a term.
It's a
It's
term.
a term. It's not a,
Okay.
yeah, it's rice cooked in a chicken stock or a case.
Wow.
So that's what the pilaf is.
Chef, that looks gorgeous.
They came out really nice, didn't they?
Yes, it did. Now,
Yes.
now, I have a question. I know a lot of people have always wanted to know. I have always wanted to know. But I've been told that you shouldn't eat pork with pink in it.
Right.
So what's the standard on
So
that?
yeah, it used to be a thing that pork was, when pork was raised in a different way, and it was fed all different kinds of things, and so it had it was called trigonosis,
Okay.
something that came in the pork, almost like salmonella with the chicken. That's
Right.
It was trigonosis, and And so now with the pork being grain fed, you
Okay.
can eat it. You can eat it pink.
Oh, okay.
Most of the time when I cook pork, I usually leave a little pink in it because you don't want to cook it and make it dry.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why my family
So-
sometimes doesn't like it oven baked because
Mhm.
it's dry. Because
Yeah.
my mama always says, "Don't leave pink in your pork."
So a little pink is good.
Okay, great.
You don't want it like your medium rare steak would be.
No.
You want to cook the pork more so to about 145, 150 degrees medium.
So does that mean we have to have a thermometer in the house?
Yes. So we have a little
Okay.
thermometer here
Oh, he brought the thermometer. Okay, let's
That,
check it.
that I picked up that I've had for a while. Turn it on and see where
Where our
it
meat
is.
is at. Ooh, I want one of those. Oh, look at that. We're right there.
So we're at 150.
Gosh, that is awesome. Okay, we're gonna plate our dish, and when we come back, you're gonna enjoy me eating this food. We're gonna be back in a moment. You can check out what the dishes look like. Awesome. Okay, as you can see, I'm ready. Chef,
Ready?
thank you.
There you go. Enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Okay, let me taste this. Get a good slice here of this Cajun pork chop. Mmm. Chef, I'm gonna have to take you home.
I don't think the wife will go for that.
She'll go with us. Oh, that was so good.
Good.
Oh my gosh. This is fantastic. The rice, I've never had rice pilaf from scratch. I'll probably never do a box version again in my life. And the pork is so tender and done. I like that. Wow. That is, woo. I ain't got no words for that. That's fresh.
Yeah. So it's got that nice little sweet and tang to it.
Yes.
And it goes with the spiciness of the pork.
Yes.
It just, everything complements everything.
This is a perfect Sunday dinner. And we got all of this pretty much, the basics or the main ingredients for under $29. Good job. Good job. Okay. Now, get my dessert ready.
So now we're taking our fresh key lime pie out the fridge. It's been chilled for 3 hours. We're going to grab the whipped cream that we made
Ooh, whipped cream.
and the fresh raspberries.
Fresh raspberries. I can't tell you how excited I am about this too. Ooh, look at that. It has set beautifully, that whipped cream. Oh my goodness. Look how that cuts. Wait a minute, who's getting that big piece? Y'all can't see the
Small
people in the
portions.
background going, me! I love it. Oh wow, that is beautiful. Look at that.
Just a little chunk on there.
Ooh, look at that. Can y'all see the excitement in my eyes?
Hit it with the fresh whipped cream.
Wow. Dollop of whipped cream.
Grab some raspberries.
I think I'm getting ready to do the happy dance.
Get them quick rinse.
Rinse those off. Drop them on our pie. Oh my. Oh. Oh, that is cute. So you put. Ooh, let's. Ah, I have died and gone to food heaven. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. Okay, fork please. Let's taste this. Let's see. Okay, all right, chef, are we ready? I'm debating if I want to eat the raspberry with it. I'm gonna grab it in a second. Oh, that's nice and.
So it's nice and light. It's more of a, almost like a custard, but
Yes.
almost like dense. A little
Oh
bit
my
of a little
God.
bit of combination of both.
All right, y'all. This has been another great episode of Beyond the Plate RVA. Chef, you are awesome. I'm gonna, you can go ahead and clean up. I'm gonna be over here eating. Okay, bye.